Hello folks, Lone Wolf here again. Welcome back to the channel. Boy oh boy, do you find me on something special today. This is my first ride on the Ducati Panigale V2S. That's the Ducati Panigale V2S. So if you're interested, stay tuned. In August, but the task is to put 650 odd mile on it, so as it can be fully running properly, and then it will be shipped to Spain, where it'll be onward and forwarded there to Italy, to Mugello. I think that's where it needs to be, Mugello, on the track. So first of all, let's put things into perspective. I'm a 72-year-old git. I've rode sports bikes in the past. I used to have an R1, but it's been a while since I've chucked my leg across something like this. So all the impressions are going to be from me, so you're going to have to bear with me. Now there's going to be a series of rides, I'd say. This one, it's just early evening, tea time. I can get out where it's a bit quiet to get used to the thing. Now it is the V2S, but it's also got a completely, it's been set up slightly different. You can only hear it in the background. It's got a Termione, or Termione, whatever you call them, full titanium race exhaust system on it. So that the handles of the wheelbarrow at the back, so to speak, are all titanium. The noise is bloody unbelievable. I don't know whether you get a track day done in the UK on this, because it's so loud, I don't know. But it's going to Italy anyway, so. It's also got slightly different rear sets on, and it's also got like a GPS for the track into the dashboard that's been fitted. Now I ain't had a chance to play with anything, try anything. Basically, I got it from Ducati Coventry. Got it home. Had a cup of tea, and now I'm out. So what can I say? It's a little high for me. I'm a little bit tippy toe. If I get my bum over, I can get flat footed one side. I need to put some go juice in it, which I'll do in a minute. and then we're going to ride just a little trip on the roads I know, what I'm familiar with, so that I can put into perspective what this bike's all about. Now, as I say, very first impression I'm getting on it, it's not as far forward as my R1 was, but it's still far forward. Let's put it this way, I won't be riding to the south of France on it. Low fuel lights just come on, so go to the Go Juice station and fill it up. First thing I can say is everybody looks at it. I don't know whether it's the noise, which it probably is, but it's a proper eye catcher. When you wind it on, and also it has a massive amount of bottom end. Now, I'm used to riding the Suzuki GX S1000, my bike, which I love to bits. So there'll be slight comparisons compared to that, but this is a completely different animal. Completely different animal. Now, it's got shitloads of modes on it and all sorts, but at the moment I'll run it in road mode called Road Evo, which I believe is quite standard. So I've got plenty of traction control, plenty of anti-wheelie, and also of course running it in 6,000 revs. It's going to go amber, the lights, the dashboard, so we've got to keep sort of like around that rate. Every now and again get a little tweak, but basically that's the order of the day. Well, at least until I've done at least a couple of 300. Now, the first thing you do notice is it gets up between your legs. Now, I really ain't used to that. I've got my riding jeans on, so that's the first thing I'd say. I know it's a Ducati issue that they say a lot of them run warm, and that's why I think the V4 switches just to 2 cylinders at low revs. The bottom end grunt is unbloody believable. Now, suspensions, full Howlins on the V2S. It feels pretty firm, but not shatteringly warm. I mean, this is a bad road. This road here. I mean, as they say, proverbially would shake your fillings out. Full of potholes. It's disgraceful. But it's a way to a means to get out of the push is unbelievable. I mean, look at that. That shot up to melting. I mean, that's 4th gear push. Pushes you back. I mean, you can definitely rip your license up with this one, I'll tell you. But my GX was quick, but this thing's on another planet. But then again, it is. It's designed a sports bike, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to run the track. My nephew actually bought this bike, and he works in Saudi, and it's his bike, and he bought it, and he says to me, if I buy this bike, he said, will you do me a favour? Will you run it in for me, look after it, before I take it and trash the pants off it in Spain and Italy? Because he doesn't ride UK tracks, he only rides continental tracks. And I've seen him and he's pretty damn good, I'll tell you. So when I spoke to him earlier on, he says all he'll do is turn all the traction control off, the whirly control off, put it in race mode, and off it'll go. Fair play. I ain't doing that. We got all the aids possible. Now the seating position, as I said, ain't that bad. It's not as bad as I expected. There's a little bit of weight on your wrist, but it's not a killer. And of course, once you get a bit of speed on and the wind catches you, it lifts you off the bars. And talking of that, there's no turbulence. It's just clear air, clear fresh air. Look at it when you change down, and you just gotta move your bum in the seat a little bit, and away it goes. Rosso, of course, have 4 tyres on it, so they're built for the job. Little bang there when you change up. I think it's been mapped as well to suit this terminally on the exhaust. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it was all set up ready to be track bound. Now 30 mile an hour, 28 mile an hour, 3rd gear. In fact, I've gone up to 4th gear and it's just pottering along. How nice is that? The fueling is unbelievable. So smooth. So smooth, the fueling. Stay there. I mean, that's 4th gear, 27 mile an hour. But of course, this is Ducati's bike that's built from completely new from the bottom up. It ain't got the pneumatic valves, it's got the normal valves. So that's giving you a 9,000 mile service interval. Well, 9,000 kilometres I believe, sorry, 9,000 kilometres. And I believe 35,000 kilometres before you need to have the valves adjusted. Bloody hell, you feel the front go light. And that's 4th gear and I'm only tickling it. So back to the bike. The brakes seem very adequate. I think they are M50 Brembos. They're not Styleemers, they're M50s. And I'll show you anyway. I'll do a bit of a walk round and you can have a look and I'll give you the details of what it's all about. So, first off, there it is being guarded. Bow the dog guarding it for me. And just nip round now into the shade. It's gorgeous. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Glinting in the sun. So, let's go through some bits, shall we? As normal, I'll do what I normally do. Start at the front, work my way around. Right, so let's have a look around. The front, I think, is amazing. I think it really does. Pop. Especially with the black guard over there, look. Looking after it. Bow me best mate, that is. Right, the engine. 890cc, 90 degree V-twin. 120 brake horsepower, 93 meters of torque. It's less power than the old Panigale, the smaller one, the V2. But this, because its weight is dropped right down, I'm just looking now. It's 179 kilos, that's it, I couldn't see it. 179 kilos. I think that's dry, so that's without the tank full of fuel. The fuel tank, what's that old? 15 litres. I reckon you get about 170 mile out of it, but I'll probably beg to differ. So on the front there we've got the Brembo M50 calipers. That's M50 calipers, not the style aimers, and of course next to it that magic sign, Öhlins. It's got Öhlins front fork, it's got Öhlins suspension front and rear. Huge radiator underneath there. Probably can't see it, huge radiator. Double side swinging arm again. No longer do we see the single side swinging arm, which I liked. But obviously because they've changed the frame and everything else that goes with it, that's what's on this. Tyres, as always, Diablo Rosso 4s. Sticky, man, sticky. And above it, oh my word, just look at that. That is a Terminoli, is that what they call them? Terminoli? Titanium full race system. It sounds unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I tell you what, I was driving it back, and the boy behind me, they was running for hard hats. It was popping and banging that much. If you look at the back, look at that. 2 rocket launchers. It's even got the Moto GP ends on. And the pipes, all titanium. Absolutely stunning. You don't get a back seat, you just get the cover, which is fine, because you ain't taking anybody on the back of this, I'll tell you. Come round this side, and there you can see the Öhlins. As you can see, it's adjustable, and it's bolted straight to the swing arm. There's no linkage on it. This thing dangling is my airbag. Got to be safe than sorry with one of these things. Well, all my bikes. Quick shifter, which is seamless. The bars are quite wide. To be fair, they're quite wider than I thought. The position when you ride it, I'll do some when I'm on it, and I'll show you. It's quite, you can get quite a price on it. So you don't have a great amount of weight on your wrists, as I thought you would do. But say I'm an old codger, 72, and what am I doing with this, you might ask? Well, I'm doing what I've been asked to, which is review it and put 650 miles on it, so as it can go off to Magello via Spain and be put on the track. The dash, well, the dash is somewhat extraordinary. You've got so much on the dash. What I'm going to do, you know, just if I know you can see it now because the sun's out, I'll just switch it on, see if you can see. Maybe not. Can you see? I don't know. Oh, can you see? At the moment, that's how I'm going to run it. I've run it in road mode, road evo, and I think that's plenty enough for me at the moment. As I say, fully Öhlins suspension, not electronic, as I said, not electronic, all adjustable for yourself. The little bit I rode on it, it felt quite harsh, but there again, it's a sports bike, you'd expect it to be. So let's have another look at it from the front. Around here again, the Ducati Panigale V2S with full Terminioni race, titanium race exhaust system. The footrests have been changed slightly, and I believe there's a GPS been put on the dashboard. Don't ask me how. I don't know what that's all about, but apparently it's all been done. So that's it, first look. That is awesome. I'm literally hanging onto that. With the bend, you just move your bum, and that's it. So light. But the handlebars are wide as well, wider than I thought. Say the Aoocci, it sounds like a tractor. I don't know what this quite sounds like. Now I ain't a sports bike fan. Them days are over. But I'll tell you what, if I had the odd spare 20 grand, which is, well, this one's cost just over that. If I had the old spare 20-21 grand in the pocket, I might have one of these in the garage for a sunny afternoon. As I say, we've got to get the mileage in, so we'll get steady. But my first impression is, it's not what I thought it would be like. You can see where all the Italian rice bread engineering is coming to play. Now, I've never rode one of the 998s or the 916s or anything like that. But I have to say, this is pretty damn good. But then again, it would be, wouldn't it, for 20 odd grand. But there's a mode, wet mode, which really softens it off apparently. And I shall do all the modes at some point, says he. For this first ride, right, I don't know how long I'm going to be out and what's going to come up against, so I'm going to cut it short now and say this is the first ride review. There will be more, a lot more. So keep tuning into the channel and look out for them. In the meantime, it's a Lone Wolf saying bye for now. Don't forget, tick like, subscribe, and remember, just you be careful out there. Lone Wolf, bye for now.